Hello, dear students. Welcome back to GDC. In this video, we are going to discuss 20 important MCQ from microbiology topic. Okay, so this topic covers lots of questions in your different pharma competitive exam. We will try to answer your all questions with a proper explanation. Let's start. The first question is, which of the following organism is a causative organism for syphilis? So first is, what is syphilis? Syphilis is basically a sexually transmitted disease. Sexually transmitted disease. Okay. So this disease is caused by Clostridium tetani, Bordetella pertussis, Treponema pallidum, या Vibrio cholerae. Yes, answer this question. I will give you 5 seconds. You have to answer this question. Clostridium tetani basically causes tetanus. Bordetella pertussis causes whooping cough. Treponema pallidum causes syphilis. Vibrio cholerae causes cholera. Okay, please note it down. Option C is the correct answer. Next question. Optimum temperature for rapid growth of mesophyte. If you remember, I have told you discuss you in your class that the classification bacteria are classified on the basis of temperature. Okay, on the basis of temperature. First one is psychophile, psychophilic. Second one is your mesophilic, and third one is your thermophilic. Okay, your psychophilic, mesophilic, and thermophilic. These mesophilic bacteria are basically your pathogenic. Okay, but your psychophiles are non-pathogenic. Thermophiles are also non-pathogenic. These psychophiles are the bacteria. They grow in the temperature 0 to 15 degrees centigrade. They do grow in the temperature around 0 to 15 degrees centigrade. Mesophilic, they grow in the temperature between 25 to 40 degrees centigrade. And in the thermophilic, they grow around the temperature 50 to 70 degrees centigrade. They grow in a temperature 50 to 70 degrees centigrade. So question was mesophilic. So mesophilic, the correct answer will be 25 to 40. Here, the correct answer is option number C. Okay. Next question. The acidic polymer of ribitol or glycerol phosphate present in gram-positive microorganism. Gram-positive microorganism are called as. Please remember, when question will be about gram-positive, your answer will be teichoic acid and lipoteichoic acid. Teichoic acid and lipoteichoic acid. If we talk about gram negative, it will the compound that present is your lipopolysaccharide. Please note it down. So your correct answer is teichoic acid. Okay, option B is the correct answer. Not polysaccharide, not peptidoglycan, not lysozymes. Next question. Roll tube technique is a modification of. Yes, answer this question. Roll tube technique is a modification of overplate technique, spread plate technique, micromanipulator technique, yeah, spread plate technique. The roll tube method is basically the modification of, yes, straight plate technique. Very good. It is the modification of straight plate technique. Option B is the correct answer. Next question. The rod-shaped bacteria are. Okay, if you see, based upon the morphological character, bacteria are classified into different categories. So what are these classification? Then just reminding you, spherical are cocci, rod shaped are bacillus. Okay. So the question was about rod shape. Rod shape means bacillus. Coccus are basically your spherical. Spirilla, these are the spiral-like structure. Vibros are the vibrocolary comma-shaped structure. These are comma shaped. Next question. A common organism that causes meningitis belonging to the genus. If you remember meningitis, so what is meningitis? First tell me. Yes, what is meningitis? Meningitis is a condition where there is a inflammation of meningitis. This is a membrane present in your brain. This is basically inflammation of menings. So menings are what? So these are the membrane layers of membrane that is present in your brain. This can be induced by different species of bacteria. So answer which one is the correct? Candida? No, it basically causes your skin infection. Neisseria, Pseudomonas, yeah, Clostridium. Yes, please remember the meningitis basically caused by the species of bacteria, sorry, genus of the bacteria, Neisseria. Other than that, if you remember Neisseria meningitis, other than that, bacterium leading to causes bacterial meningitis, especially in the children and young adults, and also significant cause in adults. So meningitis basically caused by your Neisseria genus. Very important question, please remember. So you remember like this, meningitis, MN for Neisseria. Okay, Neisseria meningitis. Next question, obligatory anaerobes. Obligatory anaerobes are what? Can tolerate oxygen and grow better in presence, do not tolerate oxygen, die in the presence, can grow oxygen level below the normal, can grow presence of atmospheric oxygen. So first term is anaerobe. Anaerobes means they will not survive in the presence of oxygen. So that means option B will be the correct answer. Do not tolerate oxygen and die in the presence. So there are different classification we have discussed when we are talking about the bacteria. So first is obligate aerobes. They only grow in aerobic condition like 12 to 21% of oxygen. Facultative anaerobes, they can grow in both presence as well as absence of oxygen. Microaerophilic. They grow in aerobic condition but can also grow in low amount of oxygen. Our question was obligate anaerobes. They can grow in absence of oxygen. This question was asked in GPAT 2003 as well as GPAT 2022 also. Aerotolerant anaerobes, they are organisms like bacteria have produced cellular ATP energy without the oxygen. Okay. Now moving to the next question. Streptococci. Streptococci are arranged in. If you remember, there are two terms. One was streptococci, another one was staphylococci. So many students have confusion in these two terms. Streptococci are basically arranged like a chain. Staphylococci are arranged like a cluster. Okay, please note these two terms. Streptococci are arranged like a chain. When question were about staphylococcus are arranged like a cluster. Here, option B will be the correct answer. Next question. The principal structural component of the cell wall of bacteria is made of. This is very easy question. All of you can answer. Yes, answer this question. This is the principal structural component of the cell wall in bacteria that is made from simple protein, peptidoglycan polymer, complex polysaccharides, yeah, glycoprotein. Yes, answer this question. Who will answer this question? Yes, the correct answer is peptidoglycan polymer. If you remember, bacterial cell walls are basically made up of peptidoglycan polymer. These are made up of peptidoglycan polymer. Option B is the correct answer. Moving to the next question. What is the cluster of polar flagella? If you remember, we have classified the bacteria on the base of their flagellum. One is your monotrichous. Monotrichous means there are single flagella at one end. Monotrichous means there are single flagella at one end. That is your monotrichous. Next is lophotrichous. Lophotrichous means cluster of flagella at one end. Lophotrichous means cluster of flagella at one end. That is your lophotrichous. Amphitrichous means there are either single flagella at both end, either single flagella at both end, or group of flagella at both ends. That is your amphitrichous. And what is peritrichous? Peritrichous are those there are flagella all over the body. Peritrichous means flagella all over the body. So this is comes under your peritrichous. So our question is cluster of polar flagella. So that's why Lophotrichus is the correct answer. Okay, moving to the next question. Which of the following is a major feature of spirochetes? Spirochetes are rigid and polar flagella, flexible and periplasmic flagella, soft and non-motile, rigid and lacking flagella. Spirochetes, yes. Who can give the answer? Spirochetes are which type of flagella? Yes, I will give you 5 seconds. Please answer this question. Pause your video, answer your question in the comment. Okay. Yes. Flexible and periplasmic flagella. Flexible and periplasmic flagella. Option B is the correct answer. Next question. The process of eliminating plasmid from the bacteria is known as conjugation, transduction, mutation, या curing. Please pause your video, answer your question in the comment. I'll give you just 5 seconds to answer. The process of eliminating plasmid from bacteria is called as conjugation, transduction, mutation, या curing. Yes, option D is the correct answer. Curing. Okay, curing is basically the process where plasmids are removed from the bacteria. Next question. Transfer of one portion of DNA from one bacterium to another by means of bacteriophage. So it is telling that so here DNA transfer occurs from one bacteria to another bacteria with the help of a bacteriophage. Then what we call it? Transformation, transduction, transcription, yeah, none of these. Who will answer this question? The transfer of portion of DNA from one bacterium to another bacterium by bacteriophage is known as transduction. Okay. Why the method of transduction? One portion of DNA is transferred from one bacteria to another bacteria. Okay, very good. Moving to the next question. The most active stage in the sigmoid curve. The most active stage in the sigmoid curve of bacteria in which maximum growth is attained. If you remember, there is a growth curve. Our growth curve is like this. So this is called your lag phase, where initial introduction of your bacteria with the culture medium, then this exponential thing that we are finding here, that is your log phase. Okay. Now what you are seeing a plateau like phase over this time point. That is your stationary phase when growth is equal to death. Now, and the last and the phase is your decline. Here your growth is started decline. That is your called as decline phase. Okay. So question is about sequential curve bacteria which are having maximum growth. Maximum growth is at the log phase. Option D is the correct answer. Next question. Endotoxin is produced by the following bacteria except. Answer this question. So this question is little bit twisted. So first thing is you tell me endotoxin, which type of bacteria produce endotoxin? Yes. Which varieties of bacteria produce endotoxins? Obviously your gram negative. So gram negative bacteria basically produce your endotoxins. So question is which of the following bacteria will not produce? That means you have to identify which one is a gram positive. Salmonella typhi, yes, it is a gram negative. Bordetella pertussis, gram negative. Yersinia pestis, gram negative. But this Clostridium tetani, it comes under your gram positive bacteria. Okay, that's why it will not produce endotoxin, it will rather produce exotoxins. Next question. The comma of Vibrio cholera is the shape of Vibrio cholera is round shape, bullet shape, comma shape, bottle shape. This is easy question. All of you can answer. Answer your question, answer your option in the comment. Okay, I will check how many students have answered it. The shape of Vibrio cholera. Answer your answer your question in the comment. The correct answer is yes. Which one will be the correct answer? The correct answer is comma shape. Very good. Okay. The Vibrio cholera are the comma shaped bacteria. Next question. If the source of energy of bacteria is from the chemical compound, then what we will call? If it is from the light, we call it as a phototrophs. If it is from chemical, we call it as a Chemotropes. The question is about chemical compound. That means option C will be the correct answer. Chemotropes will be the correct answer. Next question. The most common mode of cell division of bacteria is? Very easy question. You can answer. The most common mode of cell division of bacteria is binary fission, longitudinal binary fission, transverse binary fission, yeah, all of it. The most common mode of cell division in bacteria. Yes, answer this question. The most common mode of cell division in bacteria is your binary fission. Is the correct answer is binary fission. Moving to the next question. Cyanobacteria plays a important role in the ecosystem because cyanobacteria, which it helps in nitrogen fixation. Which nitrogen? Your atmospheric nitrogen. So it absorbs the rare nutrients from the soil, fix the atmospheric nitrogen. They can inhibit the growth of fungi, release the nitrogen into atmosphere. So which one will be the correct answer? Cyanobacteria plays an important role in the ecosystem because, answer this question. Cyanobacteria plays an important role in the ecosystem because it absorbs the rare nutrient from the soil, fix the atmospheric nitrogen, they inhibit the growth of fungi, yeah, they release the nitrogen into atmospheric pressure. Who can answer this question? Cyanobacteria plays an important role in the ecosystem because they fix the atmospheric nitrogen. You know, na? They are basically located in the uh, different plant which is produced for the uh, plant, and they basically fix the atmospheric uh, nitrogen. Okay, moving to the next question, last question of this today's video, that is, which among the following is called as filamentous bacteria? Which is called as filamentous bacteria? Your options are mycoplasma, spirochetes, actinomycetes, yeah, vibros. Answer this question. Which among the following bacteria is called as filamentous bacteria? Comment down your answer in the comment box. Okay. Comment your answer. I want to check whether you are able to answer it or not. The correct answer is actinomycetes. Very good. The correct answer is option number C, actinomycetes. Okay, so in this video, we have completed 20 important MCQs from the morphological part of the bacteria. In the next video, we are going to discuss again 20 more important questions related to your staining technique, how the staining procedure is carried out, what are the chemical is used, all the things will be discussed in detail. So if you have any question, put your question in the comment box. We will answer your question. Thank you. Thank you so much. We will meet in the next video.